All right, welcome. Now I just picked up this Apple Vision Pro at my local Apple store, but it's not mine. However, it could be yours, and I'll tell you how in a second. First, let's go ahead and do an unboxing here. So like all Apple products, it comes in a very sleek box. This one's pretty big and it's pretty heavy. It has these strips at the bottom. So I'll go ahead and follow the directions here and remove those on both sides. Okay, so top slides right off. And there you go. There is the headset. Now before we go on, let me tell you how you can win this Vision Pro. The channel is partnered with veteran-owned small business GetEnteredToWin.com. And if you head over to go.getenteredtowin.com/mooch and buy a limited edition collectible, you get a chance to win this Vision Pro, and in the process, you'll also be supporting a veteran-owned small business. So click the link in the description. That's go.getenteredtowin.com/mooch. Buy a cool limited edition collectible and you'll automatically be entered for a chance to win this Apple Vision Pro. The first thing you'll notice is the Vision Pro is pretty heavy for a VR headset. When you compare it to, for instance, the HP Reverb G2 that I use for DCS, it's noticeably heavier right out of the box. So we'll go ahead and take off this band that protects it. Right, put that aside. So you have this flex band that adjusts. I'll show you how that adjusts in a second here. And it has this cover on the front. And there are the goggles. This is glass. So let me put this over here for now, and we'll see what else is in the box. So like all Apple products, it has that cool designed by Apple in California, made somewhere else, of course. And in this, there is a polishing cloth, which is required because that glass can get fingerprints and other smudges on it pretty easily. It's branded Apple Vision Pro, so you don't get it mixed up with your other polishing cloths. So you want to keep this handy, I'm sure. Then you've got an additional light seal. So the one that it comes with is the thinner one, and this one, if I can figure out how to get it out, is a thicker one. Oh, it's got 3 attachments here. Hold on. Here we go. All right, so you've got a thinner one here and a thicker one. So I was fitted for these at the Apple Store. I'll talk about that process in a second. And I am using the thinner light seal for my headset, but it comes with a thicker one as well. And then you've got, of course, a manual, which is very stylish and basic, as all Apple products. Shows you how to plug in the battery, shows you there's a prescription lens option here as well, an additional $100, $150 depending on what kind of prescription you have, how to put it on, how to adjust it, and how to meld it with your iPhone, so forth and so on. It also has a dual band, which is here. This is the dual loop band that, depending on how you like the fit with the single band, this is an option as well. And let's see what else we got here. So here is the battery pack. And let's see what the specs are on this puppy. And it says it has 3,166 milliamperes. I think that translates into about 3.5 hours of battery power. It comes with a braided power cord, and like every new Apple product, it has a different connector so you can't use your iPhone connector or whatever else you might have. Battery-wise, for the Vision Pro, and I won't hook it up yet, but it attaches right here. Just push it and semi-twist it, and you're good to go. So that's what the battery looks like. Now, the battery charger is here. So again, it has a braided USB-C to USB-C cord, and your standard Apple battery. So this has some specs on it too. So it's a 30-watt charger. That's not extremely fast, so it will take a little while to fully charge your battery. So that's the unboxing. That's everything here. Let's go ahead and demo the Vision Pro. So we'll go ahead and put the Vision Pro on. It starts with hooking up the battery pack. So I'll put the battery pack in my pocket. There's a dot on the connector, and then there are dots on the headset. So you just line up the dot with the white dot and then click it. Now I have to take my glasses off. As I mentioned before, you can get special lenses, prescription lenses, for another $150. So go ahead and put the headset on, and then you just ratchet it tight like that. So the Apple logo comes out, and then you press the crown and hold to align, and it gives you that prompt, and then you get a green check. So now the goggles are on, and a passcode keyboard comes up, and typing on this thing takes some getting used to, but once you get it, it's kind of intuitive. So I'll go ahead and type in my code, just like an iPhone or whatever. And then the home screen comes up with all of the icons. So before I start recording my view, let me talk about how I got the Vision Pro. You can get them one or two ways: online and have them delivered wherever your home or business, or you can get them at the Apple Store. That's the option that was most convenient based on the way I got these from a third party. So I went to the store, and they measure the size of your head. I think they have basically 3 different sizes. And then they put on a demo model, and they ask you if you want to do, let's call it a ground school, which takes about a half hour to 45 minutes, and I elected to do that, and I'm glad I did. You don't have to. It's pretty intuitive, ultimately, and there's a lot of YouTube videos that will show you how to use the basic switches, but I did it, and I'm glad I did. So then they deliver your Vision Pro in a separate box. Carried it out to the car. I was really concerned about somebody, mugging me on the way to the car, because they're pretty conspicuous, so I would be careful about how you make it to your vehicle or wherever if you're doing a point of sale like the Apple Store. But whatever. I made it to my car, got home. You guys saw the unboxing. And again, I'm glad I did the ground school, because once I turned them on, I kind of knew what to do in terms of getting them calibrated. The Vision Pro works by knowing where your eye is looking. And when you first get them and turn them on, it'll do an eyeball calibration in different light conditions, which is pretty amazing. So you just look at the dot and then do this motion, which is your select motion. It's like literally double click. And I'll show you these things when I start recording the headset. So let me go ahead and do that. So now I am recording. It gives you a 3, 2, 1 countdown. So we are recording. I will close the control center. So you can see, basically, this is my home screen with the icons. Another cool thing, if you turn the crown, you can see as I turn this, it gets more and more around me, that little mountain thing. So now this is, let's just call it my desktop. It's immersive. So here I am in a snow field. It's all around me. It is really amazing Now, if you don't want that, you just dial it back, and you're back to whatever. So you can see that I'm looking through my icons to my desk here, right? So here we are in the Moochland facility. Ingrid's over there on the couch. And, you know, I can bring up the icons wherever I'm looking. So if I don't want to be looking here, right, I want to do my business over here, I can bring them up wherever, which is pretty cool. The basic hand motions are, you look at something, I'll look at Safari, click it, it opens up. So here I am. Go ahead and open my YouTube channel.
Hi, I'm Carroll. 20 years in the U.S. Navy as an F-14 radar.
So it knows where I'm looking. And then you can scroll like this. You see I'm just moving my hand. You know, you grab and then let go, other way. Okay, so that's how you open a window. And then you see down here at the bottom, you can close a window by just clicking on that X, or you see the bar, you look at that, you grab it. Now I can move this over here. Okay, so that window will stay there, and now I'm looking over here. I can bring up my icons again, but the other window is still over here, which is pretty cool. So let's watch the Jim Kunkel episode, right?
I found that if I could kick the rudder real hard and then start my roll, it did help, or at least you thought it helped. But then...
So this is like I have a gigantic screen halfway across the room from me. So again, you can stop, you know, pause, whatever, and over here. So now let me open up something else. I'll open up, well, let's open up Apple TV. Now the problem with Apple TV is it goes black when you're recording, so you're probably not seeing this, which is unfortunate because the immersive part of this is, it'll change your life. I've talked about immersion before with DCS and VR DCS, which is immersive, but this is next level immersive. And if anything justifies the cost of the Vision Pro, it's this. So again, unfortunately, you can't see what I'm looking at, but you know, you can go to this movie here where you're in the studio with Alicia Keys, and she's like all around you, and you're right there, and she's playing, and the sound is amazing. The speakers are like down here. So anyway, you can't see that. So trust me when I say it's a very cool element here. Maybe the best part of the Vision Pro. So you got music, you can open your photo library. There's my Les Paul. I put a Bigsby on it, which is pretty fun for you musicians out there. This is a cool kit where you don't have to drill any new holes to have the Bigsby. So used it at practice last night. It is very cool. So anyway, you know, I can look at my photo library, and then you click on the X to close out of it. Again, hit the crown here. Oh, I just got a message. Old bandmate Ed is saying happy birthday to TJ, our bassist, that kind of thing. So just, you know, it comes up and you can, you know, answer. You can see the keyboards right here, and I can just say like rock on and then send it. If you were walking around the city with these on, you can see, you know, people, and it's like having ski goggles on, let's say, and you could be doing email as you're walking, or you could be watching, you know, one of my episodes or whatever. Don't drive with them on. I heard somebody was stopped by the police for driving with these on, so I don't think that that's legal yet. Now, the military applications are a lot like what I was talking about on that hook panel with the Cubics guys last year. We're talking about what's going on with military training simulation, particularly military aviation simulation, in terms of augmented reality. So right now, the augmented reality that the Vision Pro has is very basic. There's a couple of pieces of equipment and there's a cosmonaut that you can just place somewhere. You can imagine that as this evolves and this technology evolves, you could put, like, say I'm at the Fallon ranges in my Super Hornet or my F-35, and there's an augmented SAM site out there that I can see through my goggles that doesn't really exist in real life, and it can be there and it would be scaled appropriately, and if it fires you would see the SAM coming off the rail and you could react to it. The possibilities are both cost effective and endless in terms of its application in the real world. The others category, using the Top Gun goods and others, the others category is, again, these are heavy. Even in the course of doing this episode, I'm starting to be able to feel it across the bridge of my nose. This is head heavy to the front because of the number of cameras in the visor. So you can really feel it. And as I mentioned in the unboxing, you could use the 2-position strap and it might alleviate some of this weight against your nose particularly. But they're going to have to make this device lighter or redistribute the weight, like NVGs in the military, where they have, the battery packs and stuff are in the back to make the goggles less heavy against the front of your head. Your neck will feel it, your nose bridge, your cheeks will feel it after a while. So that's noticeable right from the get-go. But this is a amazing piece of gear, and a reminder that these aren't mine, but could be yours. We've partnered with a veteran-owned small business called GetEnteredToWin.com. And if you go to go.getenteredtowin.com/mooch and buy the limited edition collectible there, you're automatically entered for the sweepstakes to win this Vision Pro. The deadline to enter is May 24th, 2024. Just click the link in the episode description below. All right, that'll do it for this episode. If you're not already a subscriber, become one so you don't miss anything going forward. And in the meantime, I look forward to talking to you again very soon.